Of that theory, that 250-year empire theory, that every major empire, dominant civilization takes a massive fall or decline at 250 years old, and it can definitely apply to now. Let's get into it. One of the most well known frameworks for this is the work of Sir John Glubb, who was a British historian. In 1978, he wrote The Fate of Empires and Search for Survival. That's where he outlined the 6 stages of empire decline. There are 6 distinct stages of empire progression. The first is the Age of Pioneers, which is a period of conquest and expansion. The Age of Conquests, military dominance and growth. The Age of Commerce, economic prosperity and trade flourish. The Age of Affluence, when wealth accumulates, leading to comfort and entitlement. The Age of Intellect, intellectualism grows, but practical leadership declines. And lastly, the Age of Decadence, where moral decay, internal division, and a reliance on outsiders are the main problems. According to Glubb, civilizations decline for a number of reasons: internal complacency, corruption, a loss of shared values, and this leads to increased bureaucracy and entitlement and infighting, which is often echoed in the power that is the United States. Now, if we put all of this in terms of the United States' current struggles, we'll call them struggles, where are we? We are in the Age of Decadence, and what we are experiencing is the older generation losing their minds. And that's accounted for in the theory as well. Stay tuned. So moral panic, it's this idea, it's a term from sociology that describes the irrational fear and overreaction of older generations towards changing social behaviors, believing they threaten society's foundations. They did it with rock music, they did it with feminism, and now LGBTQIA rights. Also experiencing a lot of reactionary backlash. This is when those in power, or those who at least benefited from the previous order, resist progress and they want to return to tradition or the good old days as a response to perceived losses of control. And this is where you get political movements that push nationalism, authoritarianism, or conservative cultural shifts. It almost sounds like MAGA. The new generations challenge existing powers that be and existing systems. They're met with backlash, changing of the laws, manipulation, social narratives designed to maintain the status quo. All in all, 250 years is the average. We were born in 1776, so 2026 will put us right at 250 years. And the signs are clear: economic inequality, internal division, infighting, culture wars, nostalgia-driven nationalism, and resistance to social change. This cycle isn't new, it's just history repeating itself. So, what do we do next? Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
July 4th, 2026, America's 250th birthday. The prophecy hidden in plain sight. Empires don't announce their collapse, they reach the point of no return in silence. The pattern transcends culture, geography, technology. Rome, 244 years from republic to empire. Ottoman, 250 years from rise to peak. Britain, 251 years from empire to dissolution. The mathematical precision defies coincidence. America turns exactly 250 years old on July 4th, 2026. 5 metrics converge toward this single point in time with cold, algorithmic inevitability. First, debt to GDP ratio, currently 123%. By 2026, projected to reach 137%. The historical collapse threshold, 130%. Rome crossed it in 235 AD. Within 2 decades, the empire fragmented. Second, wealth inequality. America's top 0.1% now control more wealth than the bottom 90%. By 2026, you're projected to surpass pre-French Revolution levels. No society in history has sustained such disparity without systemic rupture. Third, social cohesion metrics. Trust in institutions has fallen 54% since 1970. By 2026, it's projected to fall below 20%, the historical breaking point for functional governance. The Soviet Union collapsed at 19%. Fourth, military overextension. America maintains 750 bases in 80 countries. By 2026, projected maintenance costs will exceed 62% of discretionary spending, precisely the threshold that preceded Spanish imperial collapse. Fifth, political polarization. Current metrics exceed pre-Civil War measurements. By 2026, projected to reach levels not seen in any democracy that survived intact. These 5 horsemen of imperial apocalypse converge with mathematical precision on a single point in time. 2026 is not the end. It is the point beyond which return becomes impossible, the threshold between decline and collapse. between gradual and irreversible. They will celebrate the anniversary while crossing the threshold. Fireworks will illuminate the sky as the metrics cross their final lines. The semi-quincentennial celebration, already being planned in Washington, will serve as both birthday and funeral. The prophecy isn't mystical, it's mathematical. It isn't supernatural, it's historical. It isn't just probable, it's inevitable.
Hey, shalom, shalom. Keepers of sheep, Brother Kashai, back with another lesson. Lord's will, this video is edifying. Alright, and before we begin, I would like to first start off by giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Alright, and today's lesson will be titled, Soon as This Kingdom Ends, Our Start. Alright, and as you can see, today's lesson is inspired by a few clips played at the beginning of the video. And today we're going to touch on America's rulership end date, right? As you can see, the theory is that each empire, each kingdom, all right, has a rulership of maybe 250 years, right? A little less, all right? And America is approaching that 250 mark, all right, which will be July 4th, 2026, right? So as in the one clip you seen with the lady, you know, she went into how it is, I think maybe 5 or 6 stages of the crash or the downfall of a kingdom. All right, and we're at the end. All right, we're at the, let's see which one it was. We're at the end of that list, and I want to say that was the age of decadence, right? And let's just get this definition of age of decadence, all right, to have a more clear understanding, right? Because America has went through, you know, almost every stage, right, in a rulership. It says the meaning of age of decadence can refer to a period of decline and moral decay in a civilization, often following a time of great success and prosperity. All right. But we know there's no more success and prosperity in this kingdom on this side, right? But in our kingdom, you can expect great success and prosperity. It says the term is also used as the title of a specific. Oh, that's off. All right. Yeah, and you know, I'm gonna get a few more definitions. All right, just to make, like I said, make it more clearer. But as you can see, there is decline in moral and decay in civilization, right? Because you know the people now will do anything, will say anything. There's no standard. All right, there's no line. All right, there's no limit here. There's no limit to wickedness. That's why it says also in the book of Revelation, roughly paraphrasing, her wickedness has exceeded to the heavens. All right, meaning, you know, the wickedness here, there's no cap to it. There's no, okay, that's enough. No, it's limitless, right? You can do what you want to do, say what you want to say, be who you want to be, right? And this is the end. All right. These are signs of the end of a kingdom. All right. The end of a rulership, the end of an era. Right. And Lord's will, 2026. All right, will be the year of our Lord's return. All right, of the beginning of our kingdom, right? Lord's will. But yeah, 250 empire theory, and it's not really a theory because it's been proven. All right, it's been proven because of prophecy. All right, first and foremost, but looking at the kingdoms before. All right, looking at the times before us, and that's why history. All right, these things matter. All right, so once again, Lord's will, this video is edifying. Just a couple precepts, all right, that further prove the point. And we're starting the book of 2nd Esdras 4 and 37, all right. And it says, by measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. All right, so while we do want America, we wanted America to end 10 years ago, 20 years ago, right? But things have to come to pass, all right? Things have to be fulfilled, all right? Things as far as prophecy, all right? Like the mark of the beast, all right? Revelation 13 and 16. Famine in the land, famine of word, all right? Right now, we're seeing a lot of war talk, a lot of civil unrest, right? We're at the peak. We're not at the peak, but we're at the turning point in Jacob's trouble, because it's about to turn for the worse. All right, we're about to see the real bad side. It's just warming up now, but we're about to see the ugly side of Jacob's trouble. All right, concerning you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Also, while it is Jacob's trouble, all you other nations, all right, specifically Esau, Edom, so-called white man, will also face trouble, right? Again, 2nd Esdras 4 and 37 reads, by measure hath he measured the times. All right, meaning there is a season, all right, for each prophecy. All right, there was a season where we were, slaves, which we are still slaves, but we had a harsh punishment. We had the segregation season. We had the season where the truth really wasn't on the scene like that. All right, which, you had slaves who knew, they knew Hebrew, they knew who we were as a people. But for a while, the Lord wasn't really dealing with us like that on this side. So you had the season where you had the elder Abba Bivens, all right. He came in and the Lord gave him the spirit, all right, and revealed, who we are, God's chosen people and things of that nature. And then you had a season where you had a lot of fallouts. All right, you had a season where, the 100% really came to the scene. All right, the 100% truth. All right, because, right now, while there is, many different camps, there's only one truth. There's only one camp with the truth right now. All right, and we have to admit that it is the elders and apostles. All right, the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. All right, and the men on down. Okay. 38, it says, then answered I and said, O Lord, that bearest rule, even we are full of impity. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. I think 37 was the point. Okay. Next precept. Luke 21 and 28. All right. And this is a precept we often use from time to time, but it's deep because it says, look, let's read it. Luke 21 and 28. It says, and when these things began to come to pass, all right, and that's the whole point. When these things begin to come to pass, because now things are beginning to come to pass. Now are we seeing the prophecies being fulfilled, like today, tomorrow, yesterday? We are seeing prophecy being fulfilled. All right, we're seeing the Lord gather his elect. All right, we're seeing the northern kingdom and southern kingdom come together. All right, we're seeing a decline in not the truth, I want to say, but you're seeing the famine of the word is creeping in. All right, you're seeing freedom of speech is being taken away. All right, it says Luke 21:28, and when all right, we're seeing wars, rumors of wars. All right, we're seeing the verge of World War III. All right, we're seeing things come to pass. Again, it says Luke 21:28, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. And when we look up, we see what? We see the chariots of the Lord. All right, we see them day in and day out. Right? We see chariots. The brothers post videos more and more. All right, I know brothers on my account. We see so many chariots. We don't even bother to mention it anymore because it's almost like they're supposed to be there. It's almost like we expect them to be there. We know they're there. All right, so I says, and lift up your heads. All right, for your redemption draweth nigh. All right, we're expecting to be delivered. Right, Romans 13. And 11, all right, it says, and that knowing, all right, the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. So you have to know, all right, what time we're in. All right, a lot of people don't know what people think this is the time to. This is not the kingdom. All right, we're not here to be mirthful. We're not here to be joyful, and we're not here to be comfortable. All right, we're not here to get married and start families and start farms, and this is not our kingdom. It says, and that knowing the time that now it is high time to wake up. So you have to know what time you're in, man. All right, you have to know when that alarm goes off, all right, that we're in Jacob's trouble. All right, we're in the end. You have to know that. It says, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. It says, for now, all right, right now, all right, not tomorrow, right now. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. All right, meaning we could be out of here. And the brothers from, I think it was the GMS Dallas and GMS Houston, maybe, I'm not sure, but they did like a sit down together. I forget the brother's name, Salakia, but they did they went to a good video. Matter of fact, let me see the title of that video. I shared it. It says, it's only a matter, GMS Psalms for Thought, right? Shalom. It says, it's only a matter of time. Buckle up. We almost out of here. That's right. It's only a matter of time, man. It's only a matter of time until things really come together, all right? Like, things are already coming together, but until things really unfold, all right? Because we're coming to a point where there's no turning back. There's no, that's it, all right? It says Romans 13:11, and that knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, all right? Meaning you have to come out of that state of rest. This is not our rest, man. You have to come out of that state of being comfortable, and this is not the place to get rest, right? It says, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe, meaning we could be out of here sooner than later, sooner than you expected. Because what the Lord said, he said, hey, for the elect's sake, he shall shorten the days, man. All right. And also, the kingdom has started. The kingdom is being built on this side, right? Luke 17:21, neither shall they say, lo here or lo there. Behold, for the kingdom of the Most High is within you. All right. Meaning the kingdom has already started. All right. In the spirit. All right. Because the kingdom first has to have a government. And that government is the elect, the 144,000, which you're seeing built up right before your eyes. Right. And you may not see 144,000 men. All right, because we know some men have already gone to the spirit world. All right, and we don't see our Lord on the scene. All right, which he is the head of the elect. Right, but we know that the kingdom has already been, they've been put together, man. All right. 1 Corinthians 4:9 reads, for I think that the Most High have set forth us, the apostles last, as they were appointed to death, All right, for we are made a spectacle unto the world and to angels and to men. That's right, man. So everyone is seeing the kingdom being built. All right. Everyone is seeing the men of the Lord being raised up, going out to the highways and byways, and soon they will see persecution of the men of the Lord. Right. And that's roughly paraphrasing also. Then shall they know who my chosen are. Right. Psalms 75:7 reads, but the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. All right. I mean, the Lord, he set up America. What does it say, roughly paraphrasing? Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hands. All right. It says, matter of fact, let's go up a little bit. Let's go up to 6. Psalm 75:6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. All right, so these things were set up by the Most High. It says, but the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. And see, people give too much credit to Esau, even so-called white man. They give too much credit to man. All right, the Lord, he does these things. All right. Matthew 24:22, and it reads, and Salaki, if you hear any background noise, it says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, man. All right, so we know this devil is about to come in with great wrath, man. All right, he's about to come in like a flood. All right, roughly paraphrasing, it says, except those days should be shortened, meaning, and we see this even on a carnal level. All right, we had one of the shortest days in history. All right, I think it might have been July or August. All right, so the days are literally being shortened. All right, but it says, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. All right, so for the elect, all right, for the Lord can preserve the elect and keep his elect. He has to shorten the days because it's that evil here. It's that wicked here, man. All right, we need to be saved from this place. Right. It's also another precept in Second Esdras. Second Peter 3:8, and it reads, but beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. All right, meaning the Lord can, things that may take 1,000 years, he can have happen in a day. He can have happen in 2 days, in 2 months, right? The Lord can speed up these times and slow them down, right? The Lord is he has the power to, create, light, and light, I mean, as in day and night. All right. He speeds up the time. He slows down the time. All right. 2nd Esdras 2:13. And it reads, go and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you. Right. So bear with me. All right. So let me pick back up at 2nd Esdras 2:13. It reads, go and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. What did we just say? The kingdom is already being built. It's already being prepared. All right, the kingdom is already here. We just have to receive it, man. We just have to keep going. Right? 2nd Esdras again, 2:13 from the top. All right. It says, go and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you. So you shouldn't be, setting yourselves up to live here another 20, 30, whatever. We're out of here, man. All right. You should pray for shorter days. All right. And ultimately those who are vexed. All right. Those who are in the spirit for real. This is their prayer. All right. For shorter days. Their prayer is that the Lord rescues us and saves us, because, hey, man, we can't continue here. We can't continue like this. Right. That's why the Lord said he would shorten the days for the elect's sake. All right. If not, no flesh shall be saved, man. All right, because ultimately, sooner or later, this place, all right, flesh wouldn't be able to survive here. All right, the air is toxic, the water is toxic, the women are toxic, everything is tainted. Right? It says, "Go and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch." All right, meaning it's gonna be, the kingdom is right before your eyes, man. Right? It's the book of Job 14 and we get 5. Get straight to the point. It says, "Seeing his days are determined, all right, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass." All right, his months. All right, meaning, we could be out here in months, man. We could be out here literally in months, Lord willing. All right, because I think July is maybe 6 months away, if that. Right. It says again, seeing his days are determined. All right, meaning the Lord knows what's going to happen next. It's not a secret what's happening next. The Lord knows what's happening and what will and what won't happen. Even though Esau has his own agenda, his own plans. All right, we're not. Hey, that's why the Lord says, "Fear not." All right, the Lord knows what's going to happen. And also, roughly paraphrasing, it says, "He that began a good work in you." All right, the Lord, he didn't raise you up, all right, for nothing. All right, we're not preaching and teaching his truth for nothing. We didn't understand these prophecies for nothing. He didn't give us the mysteries for nothing. All right, these are to prepare us for the times that are coming. All right, prepare us for the kingdom. All right. It says, "The number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass." All right, meaning he's set. All right, he's set for a specific time. All right, that everything's gonna come down, man. This kingdom is set for a time, and it started at a certain time, and that's it. It's like a microwave. It's like a time clock. All right, it's like an alarm. All right. What else? Just a few more. Oh, nah, that's it. All right, that's it. That's the spirit, man. Just like this kingdom, that's it. It's a wrap. So, hey, man, with that, I want to say, Lord will, again, this video was edifying. Until next time, I'd like to close out, giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, and shalom to the whole elect.